ready for some football. Media One Sports presents high school football in 1999 from Crestwood High School. The battle for Dearborn Heights supremacy once again, as we saw the Annapolis Cougars and Crestwood Chargers tangle in girls basketball earlier. Today, we have a football game with epic proportions for the city of Dearborn Heights. Two of the three schools meeting as the Annapolis Cougars and Crestwood Chargers get set to tangle from Crestwood High School. Hi again, everybody. Mike Krupp atop the stands at Crestwood High School. And we have a good match ready to go. The Crestwood Chargers, although they lost their first two home games, it's their first home game of the 99 campaign. The Annapolis Cougars come into today's game with a record of 1-1. And both teams look pretty good in practice out there on the field, and they're ready to tangle against one another. Throw the records out, throw everything out when it's a rivalry such as this. Back on October 30th of last year, the Annapolis Cougars defeated the Crestwood Chargers 27-6. Crestwood would like nothing better than to even the score from last year with a good victory. Coach Terry Hubert and his Crestwood Chargers are pumped and ready, dressed in their dark blue uniforms with gold trim, while Annapolis in their visiting white uniforms with navy blue and gold trim. Annapolis will go from left to right on your screen. Crestwood right to left. Crestwood will be kicking off. Annapolis with a single setback, set to receive the kick, and a good boot. Line drive straight down the middle of the field, taken at about the 8-yard line, straight through the middle, and a good seam across the 40-yard line, so the Annapolis Cougars will have excellent field position to start this ball game at the 44-yard line. Nice job to force an opening for the return guy to come through. We don't have an Annapolis roster with names as of yet, so we'll just refer to by number and position. Crestwood Chargers doing us a favor, having their back names on the jerseys, as well as a program to go by. 1st and 10 for Annapolis. They're at the 44-yard line. Quarterback option, cross the 45, cross midfield, into Crestwood territory, across the 45-yard line. 17 will be Matt Bondi. Matt Bondi threw 3 touchdown passes for Annapolis in their opening game victory against New Boston Huron, which they won 20-13. Matt Bondi is the versatile athlete on this Annapolis squad. Spot the ball, 1st and 10 at the Crestwood 43. Loose ball. And the Cougars maintain possession. Annapolis coaching staff nice enough to grace us with a player roster with handwritten players that'll help out tonight. Don't like to have to do a game when you have to read just numbers and positions. It's nice to get players that you can recognize by name as well. Plus, it's nice to hear when you watch this game on Media One, obviously. 2nd down for the Cougars, 10:52 left in the quarter, and a false start, more than likely against the Chargers. Brisk, cool evening, about 65 degrees at game time. Kind of overcast, a lot of high clouds most of the day. And the false start against Crestwood. A 5-yard penalty against the Chargers. Another Annapolis weapon you'll want to watch is number 48, Nate Stanford. He caught 2 touchdown passes against New Boston Huron in the first week of the season. He lines up as a tight end to the near side. Tight formation, 2nd and 5. Across the 40 to about the 38. Jeff Crawford, number 7 on the carry. Good job on defense that time. Doug Grews, 23 in there. 75 making a good tackle. Scott Mushinski as well. Another big guy in there, number 53, Hassan Jabber. 3rd down and short yardage now for Annapolis. Good chance for the Crestwood Chargers to stick it to Annapolis here and force a 4th down and possible turnover of possession. Bondi on the give, that's number 9. Al Linares on the carry. Short of the first down, Annapolis with decision time. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line. Coach Scott Waymer with a big decision coming up here. Number 5 checks into the game, Joel Crawford. There you see. On the sidelines, the brain trust, Coach Terry Hubert for Crestwood. Doing a good job getting this program into shape. It's 4th and 4. Annapolis elects to go for it. Tight formation, 2 wings. And a setback. Bondi, the rush is on. He's going to have to do something with it. And he throws it away. A smart play, but a penalty flag and obvious intentional grounding. So Crestwood, not only do they force a turnover on downs, they will get excellent field position after the penalty. So with 9:08 to play in the first quarter, the Crestwood Chargers look pretty good going into their first offensive series. So into the books, Annapolis, their first possession, a turnover on downs. They'll march off the penalty. And Crestwood will take over in pretty good field position. So the referees will confer as to where the spot of the foul took place, how much to march off, and where to mark the ball for Crestwood offensively. They confer with Derek Sonberger of Crestwood. It's ruled an illegal forward pass against Annapolis. They will march it off. Crestwood 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. So Crestwood with a wing back to the top and a receiver to the bottom of the screen. He'll be quarterbacked by number 20, Paul Villarreal, a junior. Villarreal with the give up the middle across into Annapolis territory, about the 45-yard line. Good tackle there by 76, Sean Hodge for Annapolis. Joe Eccles with a good job getting it across midfield for Crestwood. 2nd down and 4, gain of 6 on Crestwood's first carry. So Annapolis got a good kickoff return. They couldn't do anything in Crestwood territory. Stalled, turnover on downs, and illegal forward pass. Crestwood now with a 2nd and 4 after that 6-yard run. In motion, that's 16, Matt O'Neill, top of the screen. Villarreal with a give in the backfield to Doug Gruge, 23. Big opening, penalty flag on the play. 1 man to beat. Gruge, the sophomore, gets tiptoed out towards the 5-yard line. Penalty flag was thrown after the carry was ensued. We'll have to see where the penalty is, who it's against, where they'll spot it. Spot the ball at the 3, but it'll come back. The penalty's against Crestwood. Doug Gruge, a sophomore, had 153 yards in the opening game and 2 touchdowns against Garden City, in which they lost. The Chargers did 35-14. Doug Gruge, good-looking running back. Whereas number 23, he's only a sophomore, as we said, goes 5'10", 165 pounds. The kid's got a lot of growing to do, that's for sure. By the time this kid's a senior, he's going to be something fierce for this Crestwood team. So the penalty on the Chargers is going to bring it back, and we'll start it again.
Penalty against the Chargers, 2nd down and 10.
Penalty against Crestwood, 5 yards, back it up to the 49. 2nd down, Gruge again. A couple of big holes across into Annapolis territory, again across the 45, about the 44. Sean Hodge again there, number 76 to make the tackle. He was assisted by 66, Kevin Layden for Annapolis. There's a good look at Doug Gruge. As we said, he lit it up in the opening week of the season. Now, although Crestwood lost, he, an obvious bright spot, one of the bigger bright spots Crestwood has had on this football team the last couple of seasons. After the Gruge run, it's 3rd down and 1 now at the Annapolis 43, 7:45 to play first quarter. We have no score. Crestwood on their first offensive possession. Villarreal, the give to Eccles. Lost the football. Annapolis says they have it, and they do. So Annapolis gives the ball up on a 4th down illegal forward pass play. Crestwood thus goes back the other way and loses the football. Eccles with the fumble. Annapolis will take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. Neither team has had to struggle from where they start with the football. It's what they do when they end with the football, and the end result thus far, no score in the ball game. Pitch in the backfield, that's 5, Joel Crawford. Crawford with some running room. And gets to about the 48-yard line before he's brought down.
Crawford on the carry for the Cougars.
Crawford with a good job that time, pushing it forward through the line of scrimmage. Gain of 4 for Crawford officially, 2nd down and 6. Crestwood to the big meaty front line led by number 50, Greg Robinson. Plays end. And in the secondary, we've got 84, Sasha Mihailovic. That's a familiar name to the Crestwood Charger football team. In the backfield again, it's Jeff Crawford, number 7 on the carry. He gets across midfield before he's brought down. Good job by Crestwood to limit the amount of yards that Annapolis is getting on each carry.
Steinbrenner and Robinson on the tackle for the Chargers. 3rd down and 2 for Annapolis.
3rd down and 2 at the Crestwood 49-yard line. Good look at the cheerleaders right there for tonight's game. Tight formation for the Cougars. Joel Crawford in motion. In the back, that's through the middle. And a 1st down for Annapolis. The nose of the ball just did get across the 1st down marker.
John Ashley, for the Cougars.
Actually, the ball carrier, number 33 for Annapolis.
Picks up the 1st down for the Cougars.
Halfway through the opening quarter, both teams elected keeping it on the ground. And the ball's at the 46 of Crestwood. Matt Bondi leading the charge here for the Cougars. It's a different quarterback this time, as Bondi is the one in motion. It's Jeff Crawford, the give to Bondi. Penalty flag on the play. Bondi gets across the 40-yard line. But yet another flag.
Bondi on the carry, brought down by Andrew and Mihailovic.
Holding against Annapolis. So we'll bring it back and do it again.
Holding against Annapolis.
Early on here, it appears as though the team that makes the fewest mistakes will at least get further down the field in position to score. Usually, you want to say, as you look at the replay by Bondi on the run, that will come back. Usually, it's whoever makes the fewest mistakes will win the game, but now it comes down to possessions here early in the ball game. Penalty will bring it back to the Annapolis 44-yard line. 1st and 20. Annapolis continues with that tight formation. Bondi back to pass. A man is open downfield, and he falls down, and a penalty flag. More than likely, offensive interference against Crestwood. But as you might hear in the background, a lot of the fans saying the ball not catchable.
Flag on the play.
A lot of the Crestwood faithful out here voicing their displeasure with the call. It's obvious the ball was not catchable. The receiver fell down, and I don't believe it was a result of the Crestwood player. Incidental contact, more or less, in my opinion, but obviously not conducive with the judgment of the referee. So with the pass interference call, brings the ball up to the Crestwood 41-yard line and a 1st down for the Cougars. With 5:18 left in the first quarter, we have no score. What's different about this formation, as you might have seen from past high school games, is that this formation, you can do a lot of things with it. You can make the defense guess as to whether it would be a run or a pass play. Bondi on the carry, wrapped up. He's going to be dropped for about a 3-yard loss. Good job that time, 32, and on Justin Gunter for Crestwood. 50, Greg Robinson in there. And number 4, Derek Sonberger, big 5'11", 210-pound lineman in there for the Chargers. Good job stuffing the run that time. 2-yard loss. 2nd down and 12 now for Annapolis. Cougars employed 2 tight ends, 2 wing backs, and a runner. In the back, Crawford at quarterback. The give to Bondi on the swing option. Dropped again. That is not working for Annapolis as Crestwood reads it perfectly. In on their number 53, big Hassan Jaber, leading the tackle charge for the Chargers. 3rd down and long. So Annapolis, they like to switch quarterbacks, as you'll see there with Jeff Crawford and Matt Bondi taking turns, trying to confuse the Charger defense, but as you've seen here now, with a 3rd down and 15, it's not working in each of their first 2 possessions. Cougars have 22, Craig Jackson, and now is a running back, and a flag on the play. And a delay of game call against Annapolis. We'll bring the ball back. 3rd down and 20 now for the Cougars. Fast-moving first quarter of play, 3:50 to go, no score. 3rd possession overall of the ball game. Annapolis started. They had a turnover on downs after a nice kickoff return. Crestwood Chargers had a fumble on their first possession.
Come on, Robinson, contain them. Come on, man. Come on.
3rd and 20, Bondi back to throw. Short swing pass complete there to Stanford. Stanford across. Good job. Met. Run out of bounds there by Doug Gruge, number 23 for Crestwood. Is going to force a punting situation here on 4th down for the Cougars. You might have seen we covered a girls basketball game earlier here on Media One, which featured the Annapolis and Crestwood rivalry. Crestwood, the girls team, winning on Annapolis court, nonetheless. So on 4th down, back deep, Sasha Mihailovic to receive the punt from Matt Bondi. Bondi, high, wobbly kick. Will take a Crestwood bounce and come up about the 28-yard line. So the Cougars roll no dice on that 2nd possession after the turnover. And Crestwood now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line, and this by far is the worst field position for either side thus far. You gotta like the fact that Crestwood has a couple of weapons here on offense that they can use to run the football and gain some easy yardage, as you've seen with Doug Gruge early on. Sonberger is the fullback. Wideouts are O'Neal and Mihailovic, and/or might see Eccles, 34, from time to time. Gruge on the carry through the middle, easy. The 1st down and a lot more. This kid looks pretty good so far, wouldn't you say? So Gruge picks up the 1st down. Chargers moving ahead across the 40-yard line. Also, you'll see Justin Gunter, 32, who will line up as a wideout for the Chargers. They like to shake things up, as you'll see Mihailovic and O'Neal come out as receivers now. Big Derek Sonberger, as we said before, 5'11", 210-pound fullback. This kid, one of the seniors on the squad. The give again to Gruge. Gruge gets across the 40. About the 42-yard line. May get back to the original line of scrimmage. Sean Hodge, number 76, in on the tackle for Annapolis. Annapolis with some big, huge defensive guys there, as you see. 58, Lee Lance. 48, which is Nate Stanford. Nate Stanford also plays tight end on offense for Annapolis. Sean Hodge, big, meaty guys. 2nd and 10 now, after the no gain by Gruge. The toss in the back. Gruge follows the blocking near side. Waits. Mihailovic, nice block, nothing but Chargers in front. Doug Gruge is going to score. Touchdown for Crestwood. The Blue Bulls 58 yards, a touchdown for Doug Gruge. We told you this kid has such hype surrounding him. He's only a sophomore. He's living up to it right now. 58 yards with a $1:51 to play in the first quarter. Crestwood scores first. The Blue Bolts on the board, 6-0. On for the extra point, Jeff Greshaber to hold. And Paul Villarreal will try to add point number 7. And Villarreal's kick is good. So the Chargers score first on home turf, as you see the crowd out in abundance tonight, and lead it 7-0. Great job by Doug Gruge. You knew he was going to break one sooner or later with the amount of blocking and with his running ability to follow the blockers, find the holes, and get the yardage necessary. You saw on that first carry, a nice 10-yard gain straight through the middle. And on the second one, he just came near side, followed his blockers, and he was gone. It helps out when your Charger faithful in front of you know exactly where to block and how to lead him down the field. On the other side, the Annapolis Cougars, they hung tough on defense there to start. You've got to like their chances offensively, as the Cougars, I'm sure, will explode. Matt Bondi, Nate Stanford, they're not just going to sit there and rest as far as like finding a challenge ahead of them to try and tie up this football game. But so far, as Crestwood gets set to kick, the Crestwood defense has found a way to stop the Annapolis Cougars offensively, but we'll see what happens here as Crestwood gets set to tee it up. And we've got a whistle.
Flags on the play.
A rarity to see a flag on a kickoff at any level of play. We may just have a false start, as you see there, against the kicking team, so we'll back it up 5. Lights come on here at Crestwood Field.
Come on, guys, get down there. Boys on the block, get down and make a pop.
Hey, Kelly, look who's here.
Set to kick, 74 is Zach Humer. Short kick, Bondi. Bondi is going to have to field this one. He's going to have to take it. It rolls dead at the goal line. A great kickoff by the Crestwood Chargers. Almost like a punt. Matt Bondi watched it roll back to the goal line. He had to pick it up because that's a free football. And the Chargers pin the Cougars deep at the 2, maybe the 3-yard line, depending on where the refs put the ball down. Get an official spot here in just a second, and it is the 3-yard line. So 97 yards lie in front of the Cougars here on their 3rd possession of the ball game. 1:49 to play first quarter. Crestwood up 7-0. Entertaining first quarter play here at Crestwood High School. More of a traditional formation for Annapolis, and that play goes absolutely nowhere. Crestwood ready for that play through the middle. Didn't surprise anybody. Crestwood defenders up front. Kuder Musulmani, 76. Boy, this kid goes 6 foot 250. Lines up as a defensive tackle there. You see number 76. He's next to 50, Greg Robinson. Watch there through the middle. As you see, they don't go his way that time, but watch. We'll key in on certain players on the defensive lines to show you exactly the beef up front. 3rd down and 9 as Annapolis goes nowhere on that last carry. Crestwood loaded with sophomores and juniors on this squad. A lot more players coming out this year for football. Coming up on 40 seconds to play in the quarter. Too wide for Annapolis. Bondi goes far side. Man Complete across the 20, the first down. Jeff Crawford on the catch for Annapolis. That's a nice job by Bondi.
Jeff Crawford. Tackled by
Took a
Dan
short
Cornett.
step drop, looked to the far
First down for
side.
Annapolis.
Perfect lineup and a good catch by Crawford. So Annapolis digging themselves out of a hole. Have the ball about their own 21-yard line. First down, they give in the backfield. Crawford again, after that nice catch, runs parallel to the sidelines, gets taken down. Good job there. Justin Gunter helping in on the tackle for Crestwood, number 32.
Jeff Crawford, the carrier.
That's going to do it for the first quarter of play from Crestwood High School. It's the rivalry. It's early in the season. Remember last year, we covered it towards the end of October. 1 quarter's in the books, 7-0 Crestwood. Come back and join us for the second quarter here on Media One Sports. Second quarter just about set to get going here at Crestwood High School. Mike Krupp and the Media One cast and crew bringing you the third week of the 99 football season. Michigan high school sports in full effect in early September. Good look at the cheerleaders on the sidelines. It's a good football game thus far. We've had a tight competition after the first 12 minutes. Crestwood up 7-0 on a 58-yard touchdown run by Doug Gruge, a good-looking sophomore for the Chargers. Annapolis has the ball at their 26-yard line, second down and 10. Tight formation and a whistle before the snap. This one will probably go against the Cougars for a false start. Oh, but this one's against Crestwood. Apparently a Crestwood player jumped before the snap. Generally, most of your dead ball fouls go against the offense, but in this case, it's against the Blue Bulls. Just underway second quarter. 5-yard penalty gives Annapolis second down and 5 at their own 31-yard line. Seen 2 different quarterbacks for Annapolis. Jeff Crawford, number 7, Matt Bondi, 17. They flip-flopped every now and then. Jeff Crawford made a good catch. And we're going to have another flag here. Just fundamental mistakes here in these last couple of plays. A lot of linemen getting antsy to jump too soon. This one again against Crestwood. So Annapolis methodically moving their way up the field. Thank you very much, Blue Bulls. A couple of penalties here. Cougars gain an extra 10 yards. Good look there at the discipline lashed out by the Crestwood sidelines there. Bondi, short pass, complete. 3 Greg Whitstock, and they give it to him. They make the catch. Looked at one angle as though he might have trapped the football or not just come up with it all together, but Greg Whitstock digs it out for Annapolis. Spot the ball at the 44-yard line. Cougars doing a good job offensively to let Crestwood make the mistakes and let Crestwood be the one to come up and finish the play. 1st and 10. In the back, Bondi, fumble. Tell you what, Bondi was not looking behind him to see the Crestwood defenders come up. Luckily for Bondi, Chad Hunter, 78, recovered the football for Annapolis. That's one thing with this tight formation. You've got a lot of bodies moving in the backfield. You've got to watch to make sure that the guy who's supposed to get the football puts both hands on it and they don't run into each other. That time, miscommunication. Bondi didn't see the defender coming behind him, thus the fumble. But a recovery by the Cougars. Take a look at right there. You see it. Second down and 12 from the Annapolis 42. Bondi back to pass. Good job in the pocket. Now he's flushed. Far side, looks downfield for a man. Mihailovic tipped it away for Crestwood, the intended receiver. Number 85, Phil Robinson for the Cougars. Good job by Sasha Mihailovic to stay with the play until its completion. 3rd down and long now for the Cougars. Penalty flag, we'll have to see who it's against. Ineligible man downfield against the Cougars. I think we were here one game, it was either 97 or 98. One team had 20 penalties. I think it was either Crestwood or the opponent. I don't remember the opponent, but once you get the penalties going, it seems that they just keep spawning one after the other, and hopefully that won't be the case tonight. Hopefully we'll have a virtual mistake-free football game. But nonetheless, this penalty will back Annapolis up to their own 36-yard line. Second down and 20 now for the Cougars. 10:40 to play till halftime. 7-0 Crestwood on top. 58-yard touchdown run by Doug Gruge. Annapolis continuing their tight formation. Bondi, they give to the lead back. Nowhere. Going to bring up 3rd and long. Cougars look a lot better than they did last year. Last year we did a game out there at Annapolis Field in which the Cougars look shaky at times, but they've got an influx of new players. A lot of them aren't seniors, so with their sophomore and junior influence, that'll prep them for the next couple of seasons here. 3rd down and 20. In motion is Whitstock, number 3. To the line, Bondi, deep drop. Shakes off 2, loses the football. Annapolis, believe they recovered it, but they're gonna take a big hit back to the 25-yard line. Good job that time. 33, John Ashley to recover, but Derek Sonberger, my goodness. This kid is all over the football defensively as he knocks it loose from Matt Bondi. So this brings up a punting situation for Annapolis on 4th down. And another penalty flag. As a side note, illegal motion against the Cougars. Penalty is declined, so it will bring up 4th down anyways. So on 4th and 30, Annapolis will punt for the 2nd time in this ball game. Sasha Mihailovic back about his own 40 for Crestwood to receive the kick. Good snap, good high kick, decent hang time. Takes a bounce, Mihailovic from his own 30. 35, 40, near sideline, 45. Penalty flag thrown across midfield. Good return by Sasha Mihailovic, but another penalty flag.
For the fine run back for the Chargers. Flag on the play.
Penalty against the Chargers. So a nice run back by Mihailovic will be backed up. So what ended as a Crestwood run back across midfield will be backed up. And it looks like the Chargers are going back quite a ways. So we'll go back to where Mihailovic received the kick at his own 30. And that's where Crestwood will take over. 1st and 10. .9:26 left in the quarter. Conventional offensive set as Gruge, the ball carrier. Big hole, cuts around. Near side, 40-yard line. They're going to say he stepped. He didn't step out. He cuts back. Gruge is going to score. Penalty flag on the play. My goodness. Boy, we've seen some good runs. We've seen some good plays so far, but the penalty flags are killing these plays. It's unbelievable. Gruge with a terrific run. Flag thrown at about the 18, 19-yard line of Annapolis. And we got a clipping call against Crestwood. Boy, that's going to bring it back. My goodness.
Clipping against the Chargers.
Chargers shooting themselves in the foot these last two plays. My goodness, Doug Gruge. You see how he's taking Annapolis, the defensive squad, and making it his own. There's a good look at the sidelines and displeasure with the coaching staff on the side of the Chargers. But I think what's going to happen is that they may spot the football from where the foul occurred and back it up there. So Gruge's run will stand for 40 yards net after the penalty. Doug Gruge well over 100 yards here in this first quarter. Excuse me, this first half. Spot the ball at the Annapolis 29-yard line. Villarreal, the quarterback, the give to Gruge through the middle to about the 26-yard line. Brought down, 48 Nate Stanford making the tackle for Annapolis.
Doug Gruge, after that fine running play, pounds his way for another 4 yards for the Chargers.
Joe Eccles, 34, into the ballgame now for the Chargers. .846 and counting left till halftime. Crestwood knocking on the door to add to their 7-0 lead. And a timeout called by the Chargers. Let's do a quick game reset. First quarter, Annapolis. A turnover on downs, an illegal forward pass gave the ball to Crestwood. Crestwood's first possession, they lost the handle on a fumble, gave it back to Annapolis. Annapolis punted the football away. Crestwood's second possession, a 58-yard touchdown run by Doug Gruge after he set it up with a nice 10-yard run for a first down. The first possession of the second quarter went to Annapolis, and they punted the football away. Which brings us to this possession for the Crestwood Chargers. A great run by Doug Gruge from the Crestwood 30. Might have been a touchdown had it not been for a clipping call, which brought the ball back to the Annapolis 29 yards. So net Gruge about 40, 41 yards in that carry, which, as we said, puts him over 100 for the half. Crestwood at the Annapolis 26-yard line. Will bring up second down and 6 when play resumes. So the Chargers, two receivers split to either side in the backfield. Eccles 34 and Gruge 23. For this second down and 6 play. O'Neill's in motion. Villarreal with the keeper. A lot of time to throw. Far side, O'Neill makes the catch across the 20-yard line. Short of the first down, will bring up third down at about 2.
Villarreal's pass attempt to O'Neill was complete.
Mihailovic will check into the game, 84 and 75. Mushinski for Crestwood. And some extra beef up front. Officially, it's third down and 1. Ball just across the 20-yard line. Mihailovic to the near side, O'Neill to the top of the screen. 8 in the box for Annapolis. Short yardage situation. Crestwood the first down. So Villarreal keeps it himself, picks up the first down for the Chargers, keeps the clock running, keeps the drive alive. One thing to watch is the morale of the Annapolis defense. If Crestwood gets another touchdown, will they be able to bounce back? Or if they stop them here, will that just gain momentum for the offensive set when Annapolis next receives the ball? This is an important possession on both sides. First and 10. O'Neill in motion as a slot. The receiver, flag on the play. Gruge the ball carrier, cross the 10, cross the 5, cuts back to about the 3. But another flag thrown back at about the 17-yard line.
Gruge with another 5-line play for the Chargers. Flag on the play.
And we got a false start offside against Crestwood, so bring it back. That's 3 penalties on this drive that the Chargers have shot themselves in the foot, and they'll have to bring it back. this possession, if you will, the Annapolis defense being aided by the flag throw. Is sort of the 12th man.
First and 15, Crestwood from the Cougars.
So to bring up first down and 15 from the 23. Crestwood can get a first down before the touchdown. Villarreal up top for Mihailovic, wide open, touchdown, Crestwood! Sasha Mihailovic, 23-yard touchdown catch. Nice job by Mihailovic to break off his man. Paul Villarreal with a nice throw. 13-0 Chargers. Mihailovic goes 6'3", 170. He's only a junior. And against the shorter defender, just broke off, got open, made the nice catch. Villarreal on for the extra point. And it's good. So the Crestwood Chargers lead Annapolis 14-0. Take a look at this touchdown from ground level. Mihailovic blew right past Al Linares, the defender.
Annapolis Cougars, nothing.
And for the third consecutive game in this 99 campaign, the Crestwood Chargers have scored 14 points. .704 to play till halftime. And now the Cougars will have to come back now from 14 down. They'll have to show Crestwood's defense something new to think about because they've used the same types of formations in their previous possessions, and they haven't worked. What has aided Annapolis has been two things. The first one was the great kickoff return that they had to start the game. The second thing has been the Crestwood penalties, but on the offensive side. Offensive Crestwood penalties kept Annapolis in the game, but as you saw there, Crestwood will find a way to score. And the kick straight down the center of the field, taken by Bondi. About the 15-yard line, goes far side, dragged out of bounds by Jeff Grishever, number 7 for Crestwood. So Annapolis will start at about their 25-yard line, 1st and 10.
Annapolis starts 1st and 10 from around 25-yard line.
So Annapolis, who will they have at quarterback? Bondi or Crawford? It looks like Bondi will be the guy on this first down play. Tight formation again in the backfield. Joel Crawford 5, Jeff Crawford 7. And a whistle before the snap.
Flag on the play.
Under the category of fundamentals, it's imperative that the guys on the front line stay still until that ball is snapped, because as you see there, Crestwood kicking themselves in the for being offside again on this time. They were twice on the last Annapolis possession. So a 1st and 5 for the Cougars at the 30-yard line. Bondi, the give to the lead back, goes nowhere. Good job, Greg Robinson, number 50. 33 in there, Chris Wazinski. For Crestwood, making good plays. The ball carrier, John Ashley, 33, could go nowhere. 2nd and 5, 6.5 to play before halftime. 14-0 Crestwood. Doug Garouche, 58-yard touchdown run. 23-yard reception, Sasha Mihailovic from Paul Villarreal. Whitstock couldn't get it, fumble. And the Cougars, another mishap in the backfield, will bring up 3rd down and long. On paper, Annapolis looks like the better team. They've only allowed 39 points defensively in their first 2 games. Here you see the replay. Annapolis scoring 28 points offensively, as is Crestwood. Crestwood giving up 91 defensively. So on paper, it looks as though Annapolis had the advantage coming in. But like I said, this is a rivalry. One team out there wants to beat the other very badly. Another miscue, my goodness. We've said it before, I'll say it again. With as many backs as there are in that backfield, they've got to be aware, as does Matt Bondi, the quarterback, who he's giving the ball to, and they've got to look it into the numbers each time they catch it. And you'll see here, Annapolis will have to punt it away after 2 miscues on 4th down. Sasha Mihailovic back to receive the kick. And we'll back up as you see the Crestwood sidelines there. Mihailovic now back to midfield for this 4th down kick. Good snap and a good hanging high kick. Mihailovic from his own 47, 45, 40, 35, 30-yard line, knocked out about the 30. Good run back by Sasha Mihailovic. One thing you want to note, a lot of high school punt returners have a hard time catching the football, looking it in. Sasha Mihailovic, a great job that time on fundamental skills, looking it in. He's one of the very few punt returners that we've seen that can actually catch and run with the football. That's one thing that we've seen in the past. We've seen it at John Glenn High School. We've seen it at Salem. We've seen it at Plymouth Canton, at Northville. A lot of punt returners cannot complete their plays. Sasha Mihailovic, a good job that time, gives Crestwood excellent field position at about the 25 of Annapolis. 4:40 to play second quarter. They're up 14-0. Villarreal back to pass. Now he's going to have to keep it. Cross the 20. Spins about the 19-yard line, brought down there by 66 Kevin Layden of Annapolis. Good job that time by Annapolis to stop Crestwood from getting any further because Villarreal had a head of steam behind him. 2nd down and 4 now for the Blue Bolts. You look at this last play. Watch Villarreal. A lot of motion in those legs of number 20. And for most football fans, folks, at the high school and college level in the state of Michigan, that's the only number 20 you'll see all season long. Villarreal on the pitch to Gruge. Far side, blockers. Darts towards the end zone, touchdown Crestwood! Doug Gruge, 19 yards on the touchdown run. His 2nd of the game. 20-0 Crestwood, and they have set a season high in points. So Villarreal's on for the extra point. And the kick is good. Paul Villarreal 3 for 3 on extra points tonight. 21-0. Doug Gruge, 19-yard touchdown run, gets good blocking. Watch it from the field cam. Actually, affectionately, that's Jerry cam. Cameraman Jerry Wolter on the sidelines tonight doing an excellent job for our Media One crew. 21-0 your score. Second quarter, the band in full effect across the fence here at Crestwood High School. 3:52 to play in the half. Crestwood looks pretty good against this Annapolis team. Two Doug Gruge touchdowns. Sasha Mihailovic on a touchdown reception is the difference thus far. So Zach Kumor, number 74, a 6'1", 215-pound kicker, teed up. He also doubles as a tackle and offensive threat, the line of scrimmage. So Kumor to kick. Line drive straight down the middle. Whitstock will leave it for Bondi. Bondi from his 11. Crestwood is there. Great job tackling there. 22, Joel Lalama. 85, Jim Kokowski. 34, Joe Eccles. Good job on special teams for Crestwood. So Annapolis pinned in at their own 15-yard line, 1st and 10, trailing 21-0 to Crestwood. Said it before, I'll say it again. Annapolis needs to show Crestwood something different offensively. They've done the same running plays the last 3 possessions. Crawford's at quarterback number 7. Bondi in motion. Give to the up back, and he's going nowhere. Crestwood read it perfectly on the charge. Number 4, Derek Sonberger. We've called his name a few times tonight. 2 yards on the carry by Annapolis, 2nd down 8. 3:20 to go before halftime. As long as Crestwood puts 8 men in the box, Annapolis isn't going anywhere. I don't care whose quarterback or what back they give it to. Annapolis has read it wrong every time they snap the football. Again, another miscue. Apparently the Cougars have recovered, so they'll bring up 3rd down and long now for Annapolis. So in my estimation, the Cougars are in a throwing situation here on 3rd down. Trailing by 3 touchdowns late in the first half. I would think you'd want to have them get something positive here to build off of and possibly get a score in before halftime. So 3rd down and 8. Bondi in motion in the backfield. Crawford. Another fumble. Another miscue. And I would think Annapolis would have to stick to 1 quarterback for the rest of the way. If they don't, I think they'll shoot themselves in the foot, in my opinion, because I don't care whose quarterback they've made miscues. If you have one guy there that does it all, and you have the running backs that know their place in the backfield that can obviously curb some of these fumbles. Crestwood's going to call timeout here on 4th down. It's going to be 4th and forever. So with 1:49 to play, it'll be 4th and 17 in a punting situation for the Cougars, who trail Crestwood 21-0. Said before, we've seen Greg Whitstock 3 in the backfield. Joel Crawford 5, Jeff Crawford 7, Matt Bondi 17. We've seen those guys. 33, John Atchley. He's your fullback. In my opinion, he should be the fullback. Bondi looks as though he's the most athletic of the guys in the backfield. Should be the quarterback. The Crawfords, they should line up as a tailback and wingback if that's the case. You got to give these guys, in my opinion, some place on the field that they know their duties instead of learning 3 or 4 positions. These different formations, they haven't confused Crestwood at all tonight. That's one thing that I think Coach Scott Wimmer will probably take into consideration at halftime as to how to get past this Crestwood defense. All said before, Crestwood, they put 8 guys in the box. They just keep Annapolis from getting any further down the field. Short gains, but Annapolis has fumbled the football consistently. So play resumes. Sasha Mihailovic back at the Annapolis 45 to receive the kick from Matt Bondi. And a busted punt play. Bondi's going to have to get rid of it. It's partially booted down the field. And Bondi gets rid of it anyways. Rolls out at about the Annapolis 40. So whatever could go wrong for Annapolis on this drive has. And Annapolis, their offensive set will just be happy to get off the field here. Crestwood takes over 1st and 10 at the Annapolis 40. So 4 consecutive punts for Annapolis. Crestwood on the other side, 3 consecutive touchdowns. So the Chargers with their 5th possession of the game. O'Neal and Mihailovic come near side as wideouts. O'Neal is in the slot there, number 16. Toss in the backfield, Gruge. Gruge, good job of cutting back there, as you see. He'll pick up about 6 or 7 yards on that carry. One thing you see about Gruge out there, he can see the field. He can see exactly where the holes are going to open up and how to follow the blockers. That time, got caught up there after a 6 or 7 yard gain. And Annapolis is lucky he didn't pick up the first down on his own. 1:10 to go before halftime. Mihailovic wide out to the bottom of the screen. Villarreal looks that way, wants Mihailovic. Back there, Linares, Mihailovic, oh! Almost came up with it, it bounced off the fingertips. Nearly had his second touchdown catch of the first half. Al Linares stayed with it. And number 9 has had a good workout at corner tonight for Annapolis. Third down and 2. Villarreal on the give to Gruz, the second back. First down and a little bit more. Gruz dives forward across the 25.
First down, Chargers. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to help.
So Crestwood eating up the rest of this first half with a pretty good drive. .32, Justin Gunter into the game for Crestwood. 77, Steve Kelly's your center. 60, Jake Gillum, one of the tackles. 75, Scott Mashinsky, that right guard for Crestwood. Gruz on the run, good blocking in front. Wrestled down by Nate Stanford, 48 for Annapolis. 25 seconds left in the quarter. Penalty flag at the end of the play. And they're pointing to Crestwood, so clipping against the Chargers. So the Chargers, they've been nailed for their second clipping call of the evening. And that'll negate Gruz's run. So with 23 seconds left to play before the halftime, festivities get underway here at Crestwood High School. 21-0 your score. 2 Doug Gruz touchdowns, a Sasha Mihailovic TD reception. Ball is backed up to the 38-yard line of Annapolis. First down. Villarreal. The gift to Gruz, he fumbles the football. Looks like the Cougars have it. And the Cougars do. 2 fumbles, and twice Crestwood has lost it. So with 11 seconds left, Annapolis will try to get down the field as fast as they can. And you see the different formation. Late entry for Annapolis. 2 receivers. We need to take a break here on Media One Sports, as Annapolis does as well. They call timeout. We'll be back for the conclusion of this first half here. There's your score, 21-0. We're back after this on Media One Sports. During the commercial break, Annapolis had only time for one play, and Matt Bondi was sacked at the far side of the field. That was the only play of Annapolis' drive, as halftime is upon us here at Crestwood High School. There's your score, 21-0 the Chargers over the Cougars. 2 Doug Gruz touchdowns, 58 yards, 19 yards, and Sasha Mihailovic with a 23-yard touchdown catch from Paul Villarreal. And the Blue Bolts are up by 3 touchdowns at halftime. Stay with us, folks. The second half is upon us after these messages. There's your score. We're back after this on Media One Sports. Set for the start of the third quarter. Wrapping up halftime here at Crestwood High School. Annapolis, the visiting team, trailing Crestwood 21-0 in the battle for Dearborn Heights supremacy. Actually, 2 of the 3 Dearborn Heights schools, Robichaud being the third. Annapolis looked pretty good to start the game, but they had a lot of miscues towards the end of the first half. A few fumbles, a couple of penalties, hurt them big time. And with Crestwood, on the other hand, Doug Gruz, sophomore tailback, looks really, really good. Couple of touchdown runs of 58 and 19 yards. And quarterback Paul Villarreal with a 23-yard touchdown pass to Sasha Mihailovic to make the score 21-0. Annapolis will kick off. Mihailovic back deep to receive the kick. And we're underway with the third quarter. Short kick taken by the up man, 32, Justin Gunter. Gunter across the 30. Puts two hands on that football across the 33-yard line. That's where Crestwood will set up shop. 1st and 10.
Number 75, Mark Williams. Chargers start 1st and 10.
Crestwood with a 21-0 lead. They had a couple of possessions in which they fumbled the football and lost it. Gave Annapolis a couple of opportunities to capitalize, but the Cougars could not come up with any points. Pretty much the story of the first half has been Crestwood offensively. A couple of good weapons you'll see out there for the rest of the season, Gruge and Mihailovic. O'Neal in motion, the give to Gruge, wrapped up in the backfield. 89, Derek Birdwell. Good tackle there for the Cougars. That's the first time we've called his number tonight. Crestwood, they haven't been stopped too many times with their running game. 2nd down and 8. Crestwood taking an awful long time getting to the line of scrimmage.
Let's go!
Annapolis putting 8 in the box. And a 9th just to the outside there. Give to Gruge through the middle. Good job across the 40-yard line for the sophomore tailback. Crestwood inclined to eat up some clock here in the third quarter with this 21-point lead. Brings up 3rd down and 4. Sure, both coaches had good pep talks with their troops at halftime, reassessing their situations, coming up with new game plans if needed. 3rd and 4, Villarreal keeps it himself in the pocket, throws deep, got a man wide open. O'Neal overthrows him, and Mihailovic says, oh, I was wide open, should have thrown it to me. There's the intended receiver there, number 16, Matt O'Neal. So Crestwood will punt for the first time in the ball game. Matt Bondi, 17, will go back deep as you see the Crestwood bench.
Brings up 4th down for the Chargers.
Matt Bondi and Greg Whitstock back deep for Annapolis. Joe Eccles to kick, 34. Good kick. They'll go right to Bondi. Bondi lost it, now just has to fall on it at about the 26-yard line. So Joe Eccles with a good kick for Crestwood, pinning Annapolis back at the 27 officially. .12 to play in the third quarter. Annapolis on offense for the first time in the second half. And apparently a late penalty flag. And it's against Annapolis, so Crestwood will go back on offense with a 1st down. So negate the punt and the play, and the penalty against the Cougars will give Crestwood a 1st down in Annapolis territory. This is a big play against Annapolis, a big penalty call. Annapolis with an extra man on the field. Villarreal, the give to Gruge. Gruge shakes his way across the 40-yard line. So the Cougars again with another fundamental error. Somebody reading the set wrong, and an extra guy wanders out onto the field. 6 yards on the carry, 2nd down and 4 at the 39 of Annapolis. Villarreal, the quarterback. Gunter as a slot receiver, 32. Short side, now lines up as an end. 3 in the back, and another penalty flag. This one against Crestwood, delay a game. Good look at the sidelines. Crestwood cheerleaders. Second and 9 now for Crestwood. Tight formation. Grooves the running back. Cross the 40-yard line. Bring up third down at about 5. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line. So the Cougars looking for a big defensive stand here on third down. Gunter goes out as a wide out to the top of the screen. Villarreal, they give to Eccles. Eccles will be wrapped up short of the first down. Good job of the Annapolis defenders, and another flag. My goodness. This one might be for piling on at the end of the play. And they've called a clipping penalty against Crestwood. Unbelievable. I'd like to see where the clipping call came into play, in my opinion. If they were going to call anything, in my opinion, it should have been a late hit or a piling on at the end of the play, but that's not a clipping call by any stretch of the imagination. And you can let me know if anybody has any rule books out there what the general gist of a clipping call is. Obviously, that is not a clipping call. But anyways, Crestwood penalized back into their own territory at the 46, 47-yard line. Third down and long. Villarreal's got a lot of room ahead. Takes off. Good lot. Good lot of running room ahead of him. And Villarreal picks up the first down all on his own. That's a nice run. A good keeper. Basically, he told the refs that himself that was not a clipping call, and he proved it otherwise with that run. We may get opinionated sometimes, folks, but you've got to wonder, with all that's gone on with officiating at any level, Major League Baseball all the way down to high school football, a lot of times we are critical of the referees and their calls, and that, in my opinion, one time is just cause. Crestwood, the first down across the 30-yard line, 7:40 to play third quarter, 21-0 Crestwood. Spot the ball at the 29-yard line. So Crestwood eating up time in this third quarter. They've had the ball from the start, now coming up on nearly 5 minutes of possession time. The Crestwood sidelines looking on. And Crestwood across the 25. Close to the 20-yard line. We'll get a measurement from the sidelines. Doug Grooge with a good carry there. He's had himself a solid football game thus far. Well over 100 yards, couple of touchdowns. No measurement necessary. First down for the Chargers. 21-yard line. The give to the lead back. A good job carrying tacklers across the 20. Sonberger, the ball carrier, to about the 15-yard line. That's his first carry of the night. Annapolis defensively taking a beating out here on this possession, just time-wise. 2nd down and 3. Gunter goes wide right to the top of the screen. Villarreal himself, a lot of room to run on the right side now. Will pass the football. He's got a man. Touchdown, but a penalty flag on the play. Kyle Zielinski with the touchdown catch. Penalty flag on the play. And we're going to get an ineligible man downfield against Crestwood. So the Chargers with an ineligible receiver downfield will bring back the touchdown. So watch Villarreal. Good pass to Zielinski. Play goes for naught. Spot the ball at the 20-yard line. 2nd down. So Crestwood from the 20. Villarreal near side, throws it up. 2 men are there. And the play is incomplete. The ball is dropped, nearly intercepted by the Cougars. Linares was there, 33. John Atchley as well. So a 3rd down situation now for the Chargers. 5:54 to play, 3rd quarter. Still 21-0 Crestwood. They've had the ball the entire length of the quarter thus far.
0-2-3.
Two wideouts, O'Neal, 16 in the slot. Gunter to the top of the screen. Give to Gruge, draw play through the middle. Breaks a couple of tackles across the 20 to about the 17-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, and an interesting call coming up from the Crestwood sideline.
Again, take a look at your red 50-50 tickets. Number 764, 023.
To attempt a field goal here, it would be 35 yards. Crestwood wants a timeout, and they will get it. So the first timeout of the half taken. It's 4th and 1 with 5:20 to play, 3rd quarter. 21-0 Crestwood. So an interesting decision. You know, Annapolis offensively has not done anything tonight. So here it's just a matter of going for it and keeping possession, or kicking the field goal, getting the points, and getting off the field. As we said before, Annapolis has not touched the ball offensively in the 3rd quarter. Crestwood punted the football away, but the penalty against the Cougars gave the Chargers a 1st down automatically in Annapolis territory. Got to look at that sidelines for the Cougars, and you've got to wonder how wore down that Cougar defense is right now. So an important 4th down play coming up here for Crestwood. The most points the Chargers have scored in a game all season, 21. Fourth down, tight formation, 3 backs in the backfield. Villarreal, the give to Gruge, read good by the Cougars. They might have to measure for this one.
Villarreal's handout to Gruge, close to a Charger 1st down.
Interesting to see where they place the ball, and it looks as though the Cougars have stood tough. So the Chargers go 6 minutes and 44 seconds and come up empty with a turnover on downs. So the Cougars will take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line, their first offensive touch of the 2nd half. Tight formation, Bondi is the quarterback, 17. Giving the back, Crawford, number 5. Good stop there by the Crestwood defense. 33, Chris Wazinski was in there. 53 again, Hassan Jabir. One yard on the carry brings up 2nd down and 9.
Looks like a loss of one for the Cougars.
Four and a half left, third quarter. Bondi keeps it himself, running backwards. Gonna get caught for a big loss. Had no blocking on that side. One of his running backs following him on that same side neglected to block, and Bondi went down. So it'll be 3rd down and long as you look at the replay from ground level. Good job by the Charger defense that time. They broke through the line easily and chased Bondi back. 3rd down, 15. Bondi chased and just throws it away. That'll bring up a 4th down for Annapolis and a punting situation. Fourth and 15. Bondi's kick from the goal line. Takes a bounce, and Mihailovic will let it go. Cross midfield, and Crestwood will have it as it's touched at the Charger 48-yard line. So a 3:29 left, third quarter. Crestwood 52 yards from pay dirt. That's where they will take over. 1st and 10, leading 21-0. Annapolis has punted the ball 5 times tonight. Chargers with their same basic setup. 2 receivers, O'Neill and Mihailovic. Running backs, Eccles and Gruge. Gruge with the carry. Right side. And gets into Annapolis territory, about the 46-47 yard line before he's brought down. Gruge inching his way towards 200 yards tonight. Six yards on that last carry. 2nd down and 4 now for Crestwood. Tight backfield for Crestwood. Villarreal, they give to Gruge. Gruge comes near side, couple of holes, cuts back. Nice job. Look at that move! My goodness, the shake and bake is on, baby! Doug Gruge with a touchdown! Wow! Unbelievable! 47 yards, are you kidding me? That was amazing! Wow, Doug Gruge's 3rd touchdown for Crestwood of the evening. Comes with 2:36 left in the quarter. Unbelievable. Villarreal on for the extra point. And it's no good. It's wide. So it stays 27-0. Watch Gruge from ground level. Look at these moves. Watch right here. Look at that. Couple of moves. $27-0 Crestwood. Nice touchdown run, Doug Gruge. So Doug Gruge has had himself a terrific evening. And the Chargers avenging their loss last year to Annapolis big time, 27-0. So Crestwood set to kick off. And back deep, Matt Bondi for Annapolis. Bondi, as you remember, started the game with a nice kick return for the Cougars. Straight down the middle, Bondi from the 15. Straight through to the 30 before he's wrapped up. Leading the tackle, 33, Chris Wazinski for Crestwood. Justin Gunter in there as well, 32, doing a nice job. Watch this run again by Gruge. Good shake and bake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys missed an opportunity to tackle him. First and 10 Annapolis, just across the 30-yard line, spotted at about the 31. Man in motion, Crawford, number 7. Bondi, the rush is on, doesn't go down, sticks with it, nice little dump pass, penalty flag coming up. He might have crossed the line of scrimmage. Joel Crawford, 5, made the catch, but I think Bondi crossed the line there on the throw. Good job by Crestwood to break down that line, and the defense just swarmed in on Bondi that time. Forced him out of the pocket. We'll see where they spot the football if they give him possession, and they do. So it looked like it could have been an illegal forward pass. Turns out to be a completed pass in a 5-yard gain. 2nd down and 5. Split receivers. Bondi back to throw, looks near side across the middle. Good catch by Woodstock. Into the middle, picks up the 1st down at the Annapolis 45. Now that's what the Cougars have to build on. Nice job by Bondi. Nice, watch this play here from ground level. Look at this. Good presence of mind to find his receiver there. That's what the Cougars have to do to get back in the ball game. They've got to throw those short little passes. They've got to make use of the wide receivers. We said before in the first half, Coach Scott Weimer, he's got to change offensive sets to confuse this Crestwood defense, because the way they've been going all along, Crestwood's read perfectly, stopped him short every time. 1st and 10, 45-yard line. Bondi on the keeper. Far side, one man to beat, ducks down, puts his shoulder into it, gets it to about the 48, 49-yard line. $1:40 to play, 3rd quarter. Dan Cornett, number 10, on the tackle for Crestwood. Tight formation again for Annapolis. Bondi the give. Good cut back. Jeff Crawford gets into Crestwood territory. Excuse me, that is Jeff Crawford. Joel Crawford was there to help out block. So Annapolis breaks into Crestwood territory coming up on the last minute to play here in the 3rd quarter. Spot the ball at the 43-yard line. Crestwood sidelines. Taking in the action. Again, the tight formation. The give to Crawford, 7. Gets through across the 40-yard line. So the Cougars, 2nd down and 6 from the 40. 15 seconds to play in the quarter. Bondi the give, that's going absolutely nowhere. Crestwood read it perfectly. 34, Joe Eccles is there. Big 64, Abe Alui. Nice job by the Chargers defensively, and that will put an end to the 3rd quarter from Crestwood High School. Your score after 3 quarters of play, it's the Chargers 27 and the Cougars nothing. Come back and join us for the final quarter of play. No, it's not the end, folks. Oh boy. We'll be back with the finale after this on Media One Sports. Oh my God. Oh, what a way to start the 4th quarter. 27-0 your score. And it came upon a midnight clear, let me tell you. Wow. That about sums it up. Oh, jeez. 3rd down and 4 for Annapolis. And Annapolis will call timeout. So the Cougars trailing by 4 touchdowns here with an important 3rd down and short call. Only 4 yards. A full quarter to play. Anything can happen if the Cougars get some momentum here and keep this drive going. They just might be able to get back into this. Coach Scott Weimer on the sidelines has got to be telling his kids, stay focused, stay in there. Trying to build off something good. This drive started out really well. Good couple of completions to start it. Crestwood, though, they've tagged on to the fact that Annapolis went back to that short, tight formation. And the Cougars have stalled out, only getting 6 yards on the last 2 plays. So this officially will be the first play of the 4th quarter. Whitstock back. He won't get it. Bondi will throw to Whitstock now. Gruge is there for Crestwood to help tackle. That's going to be short of the 1st down by about 4 or 5 yards. Derek Sonberger there as well for Crestwood. So 3 completions on this drive for the Cougars and an interesting 4th down call coming up for Annapolis. And Bondi will line up with a full backfield here on 4th and 5. And it's a double reverse, if you will, and Whitstock's going to be tackled short of the 1st down. Chris Wazinski was there. Abel Louie again for Crestwood, and that's a turnover on downs. So the play goes for naught for Annapolis, and that's pretty much has summed up the culmination of all of their drives in this game. No points on the scoreboard. Crestwood, they'll look to eat the clock here, run it down. Full backfield. Give to the first man, that's Eccles. Gets to about the 44, 45 yard line. Second down and 4. Sonberger checks in from the sidelines now for Crestwood. 2nd and 4. Villarreal the give to Sonberger. Busts his way across midfield for the first down to the Annapolis 45 before he's brought down by 76 Sean Hodge. 39 Dave Martin was in there as well. Sonberger, 5'11", 210 pounds, one of the seniors on this team. Watch again. Busts his way across. Linares in there as well, number 9 for Annapolis. 10.5 to go in this one, 27-0 Crestwood. They have the ball, 1st and 10, Annapolis 45-yard line. Tight formation now for the Chargers. They give to Gruge, he's across the 40-yard line. 33, John Atchley. 35 is there as well. Joe Dunn for Annapolis. 7 yards. Penalty against Annapolis, sportsmanlike conduct. We'll add on to the penalty. Add on to the play. And so the penalty will give Crestwood possession at the Annapolis 29. That was a 15-yard penalty. And they give up the middle for a few. Your quarterback now is 7, Jeff Greischeiber for Crestwood. .9:30 showing on the clock here in the 4th quarter. 2nd down and 9 for Crestwood. Villarreal lines up as a running back. Greischeiber the quarterback. And they give to Villarreal. Gets to about the 22-yard line, where he's wrapped up. Bring up 3rd down and 7 now for Crestwood. Not many possessions in this second half, as we told you from the start. Crestwood started the half, 6 minutes and 44 seconds worth of possession time in the 3rd quarter. They turned it over on downs. Annapolis turned it over on downs on their possession, and then a 47-yard touchdown run by Gruge. Villarreal to the outside. Penalty flag on the play. Wait and see what the flag is and who it's against before Crestwood moves any further ahead. And the play will come back, holding against Crestwood. So the Chargers will be backed up. From the spot of the foul, mark the ball at the 32-yard line. Third and long, Greischeiber. Back all day. Now throws intended for Gunter. Incomplete. So on 4th down, Chargers either will try a field goal or eat up as much of the clock as they can. Up by 27 with 8:12 to play in the game. It looks like we had another flag on the play. This one against Crestwood again. So the Chargers will be backed up. And they have to get the ball inside the 15 to the 14. Now they have to get it to the 14 of Annapolis here. It's 4th and 45. I'd like to know where exactly they mark the football. They get the yardage marked here. It's 4th and forever. Grishaber throws up a bomb that's going to be picked. Oh! Nearly picked off. '87 Tony Adom. But it's a good thing he didn't catch the football, because now they have the football at the Crestwood 41-yard line, 1st and 10. And now it's 4th down, apparently. Thought it was 4th down before, but nonetheless, Woodstock. Another penalty flag, my goodness. Maybe the refs will come up with a rule that we don't know about eventually and come up with some kind of flag to throw. I think we've seen every penalty called tonight in this one. We'll have to see. The ref's conferring with the Crestwood player, that's 77, Steve Kelly. So one of the linesmen goes to talk to Coach Terry Hubert on Crestwood's sidelines. They haven't given us a signal yet as to what the penalty is. Yeah, well, so far, folks, we haven't gotten a call on the play, and all we've seen is just a bunch of talking on both sides of the football. Who it's against, we have no idea.
Clipping against Annapolis was the call.
So now it's clipping against Annapolis. This is amazing, absolutely amazing. It went from 4th and 35 to a punt situation to a clipping after the catch was made, and now the impetus of the ball is back on the other side of the field.
Also offsetting personal
and
fouls.
Also we had offsetting personal fouls of all things.
Cougars start 1st and 10.
If you're keeping score at home, throw out your penalty book. This is amazing. 1st and 10 for Annapolis. And yes, folks, I'm going to get smart and say, like they did in the truck, no flag thrown? You gotta be kidding me. We've actually had a play in the second half where no flag has been thrown. This is just amazing. .7:26 to play in the 4th quarter. Bondi, the give to Witz, to Crawford, near side, across the 30, level. Good tackle by Matt O'Neill, number 16.
Matt O'Neill with a fine open field tackle for Crestwood.
That might qualify for one of the plays of the game. Watch again from ground level. Crawford, watch right there. Nailed. Had the legs taken right out from underneath him. .6:57 to play. Still Crestwood 27-0. Bondi back to throw. Fakes the announcer out.
Brought down by number 7, Jeff Greasehaver. And number 71, Steve LaCroix.
So Annapolis on the run play gets a couple of yards up to the 30-yard line. So Annapolis on second down. Double reverse over to Crawford. Good job getting to the outside across the 35-yard line. Short of the first down, brings up third down at about 4 or 5.
Williams and Greasehaver, the ball carrier, number 7, Jeff Crawford, for Annapolis out of bounds.
Ball is at the 36-yard line. We've had more penalties in this second half than we've had scoring, and that's pretty much been the story. Crestwood leading by 4 touchdowns. Third down for Annapolis. Crawford in motion, number 5. Bondi. Across the middle, incomplete, intended for 85, Phil Robinson. Good job on the defensive secondary, led by 20, Phil Villarreal. 34, Joe Eccles back there. 23, Doug Gruge. 16, Matt O'Neill. Closing it down there in the secondary. Fourth down for Annapolis. So Annapolis on fourth down in punt formation. And a penalty flag. And a good look at the Zebras against Crestwood. We've called the Zebras names more times than we have the players, it seems, tonight.
Offside against Crestwood.
So this penalty against Crestwood keeps Annapolis alive on this drive. Ball spotted at the 41-yard line. First down for Annapolis. 5 minutes left. Again, they give a double reverse. 22, Craig Jackson taken down across the 45-yard line. Good job that time. 53 on the tackle. 53, Hassan Jabbar on the tackle, as well as 20, Paul Villarreal in the area for Crestwood. Good job bringing him down. Take a look at it again on replay. Second and 6, tripped up. Lost his footing in the backfield. Crawford, number 5. Greg Robinson was nearest on the play for Crestwood. So bring up third down and about 9 for Annapolis. Bondi back to throw, chased. nearly brought down, shakes a tackle, across the middle and incomplete.
Matt Bondi's pass attempt is incomplete.
Closest man there was Linares, number 9.
Brings up a fourth down situation for the Annapolis Cougars.
So 4th down for the Cougars, 3:30 to play in the game. So on 4th and 9, timeout.
Timeout, Annapolis.
Annapolis. There's your score, 27-0, Crestwood. 3 touchdowns by Doug Grush tonight, 58 yards, 19 yards, and 47. And a 23-yard touchdown play from Paul Villarreal to receiver Sasha Mihailovic. On the opposite side, not much for Annapolis offensively to speak of. They had a couple of good plays in there, but sandwiched around a lot of penalties and a lot of miscues. Now granted, Crestwood has had some penalties themselves tonight, but they haven't really affected the outcome of the way Annapolis has played offensively.
I dare you. I dare you. I double dare you.
4th and 9. 2 receivers. Split for Annapolis. And a flag.
Flag on the play. Offside against the Chargers.
So the Chargers offside. Brings up 4th down and 4. Bondi overthrows his man Whitstock for the first down, and Crestwood takes over on downs.
Number 3, Greg Woodstock, is incomplete.
So with 3:28 left,
Over on down.
Crestwood will do their best to try to eat up as much of the clock as they can and get out with their first victory of the season.
Come out and help support the varsity football team.
We got it on the pitch, don't we?
Split receivers, Villarreal give to the lead back across the 45 of Annapolis.
Number 34, Raptors on the carry.
Well, Crestwood with this victory, their first,
Second down and 7 for Crestwood.
and I believe if I'm correct, this is the first victory in quite a while for the Chargers. The Chargers have a decent schedule coming up. They have a good homestand coming up towards the end of September and into October. Good 3-game homestand.
Picks up 4 on the play, 3rd down and 3 for Crestwood.
Annapolis, on the other hand, their next game, they will go to River Rouge. And with this victory, Crestwood will break an 11-game losing streak dating back to the start of last season. Third down and 3 from the 39. Gershaber, the give to Eccles across, close to a first down, 2 minutes to play in the game. Annapolis, on the other hand, they were 2-7 last year. With this loss, they will drop to 1-2. Chargers call time with 1:45 to play, and it'll be 4th down and a yard. So you got to like, as our players of the game, you got to like Doug Gruge, number 23 for Crestwood, and Paul Villarreal, number 20, the quarterback. Threw a touchdown pass, kicked a couple of extra points, had a couple of good runs in there. Play resumes. Crestwood, 4th and 1 from the 37. It's through the middle. Eccles! Touchdown, Crestwood! 37 yards on the touchdown run. The nail in the coffin. 33-0 with the extra point to follow. Eccles with a 4th running touchdown for the Chargers as a team. So Joe Eccles into the scoring column for Crestwood. 33-0. Villarreal's extra point is good. So the Crestwood Chargers putting the hurt to Annapolis, 34-0. Got a $1:38 to play. And a good look at the Crestwood crowd, still on hand, late into the game. And the Chargers set to kick. Taken by an up man. Across the 30-yard line. So Annapolis, and a late penalty flag. We'll have to see exactly what the flag was called on. Personal foul against Crestwood.
Personal foul against the Chargers.
So Annapolis, after the penalty, will get possession at their own 48-yard line. Bondi to give to Jackson to the Crestwood 45.
Number 76, Musa Monty in on the tackle for the Chargers.
Coming up on the last minute to play. Jackson again on the carry. Across the 40, dances his way to about the 36, 37-yard line.
And McCollum in on the tackle for the Chargers.
So Jackson getting a couple of carries here towards the end of the ball game. Take a look at the fine people I work with. KJWorld.com. David Smick. Silence. Still hasn't said anything to me since I've been here. Tony Luckett up top on camera. The aisle stretcher extraordinaire, Jerry Walter on camera. Charlotte Vaughn's doing an excellent job tonight. And the rest of the cast and crew here, bringing you Media One Sports high school football coverage. Timeout on the field with 28 seconds to play, 34-0 Crestwood. In complete command, 4 rushing touchdowns, and a pass reception for a touchdown. As we said, coming up next for Crestwood, Crestwood will travel to Inkster, while Annapolis will go to River Rouge to play their next games. Crestwood breaking an 11-game losing streak dating back to last season, the start of last season. Tight formation for Annapolis on second down. Bondi to throw. Out of the pocket. Downfield, tipped and out of bounds. Incomplete.
Tipped away by number 84, Sasha Mihailovich.
Mihailovich on coverage there for Crestwood.
Matt O'Neill checks into the game.
3rd down and 5. Bondi again to throw across the middle for Stanford. That's going to be intercepted by Mihailovich. Mihailovich, a lot of blocking in front. Across midfield, cuts back. Oh, thought he might have broke that one. Had he gotten one more tackle made on the side. When he broke back, there was a missed tackle right to Mihailowic's left. And had that block been made, Mihailovich would have broke it.
Timeout, Crestwood.
Seven seconds to play. 34-0, Mihailovich with that interception. Crestwood calling timeout, and they will more than likely go out there, take a knee, and call it a day. So Crestwood with their first win of the season, and a big one, 34-0. And there it is. That's going to do it. Battle for Dearborn Heights supremacy between Crestwood and Annapolis goes to Crestwood. Your final score, the Chargers 34, and the Annapolis Cougars, nothing. Thanks for joining us on Media One Sports coverage of high school football. I'm Mike Krupp. For our producer-director, Kelly Jackson, and the rest of the cast and crew, we wish you a pleasant good evening from Crestwood High School. Once again, your score, Crestwood 34, Annapolis nothing. We'll see you later.